see the end of these nut YouTubers who just sit around all day waiting for shit to happen so they can come and start saying, hey, everybody, this is a bad guy. We found a bad guy, and this guy's weird, and he's bad. Anything that's entertaining, anything that's fun that's happening on YouTube, these nut-ass YouTubers come around and try to shut it down. When will we see the end of these people? You know the type, Moist Critical, Asmongold. These other guys that, you know, they're the good guys, everybody else is bad. And I found one guy, his name is Cameron, or Cameroon, I don't know how to pronounce his name. And he's a black guy, but he's the worst kind of black guy. This is the type of black guy that I like to call a Brian Gumble-ass nigga. You know the kind, the black guys that get no hoes, there's no backshots for these guys when they're in school. They have no dreads, they don't have a long pole. So basically, they're just black just to be black. Basically a black guy with none of the features that we expect from black guys. The worst type. So this guy goes on and starts criticizing my favorite part of YouTube, which is basically black YouTube. And what's black YouTube all about? Shaking ass, fucking bitch, getting money, flexing on niggas, driving around, going to the dealership, buying a wide-body Hellcat, smoking blunts, 20 versus 1. Then you have a little guy named Little RT who's like about 11 years old and trying to get him to get a girl to get her pregnant and smoking blunts and all these things. The only thing sustaining YouTube right now is black YouTube. Everything else is ass. So you're going to sit there and just watch Asmongold videos on YouTube all day long. Or Moist Critical videos all day long of them stealing content, by the way. Stealing other people's content. Literally sitting there. Oh, man, this is bad, man. I don't like it at all, man. And this is really bad, and this is a big problem. That dirty mud Asmongold. Yeah, look, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. This is really bad. It's really bad, and it's going to get worse. Play the video again for 5 to 6 minutes. Look, like I said, it's just really bad, and it looks bad on these people. And I don't think these people should be platformed. And again, look, it's just really bad. So you're going to sit there and watch an Asmongold video that he stole from somebody else, and he's going to sit there and just say, guys, it's just really bad. I don't agree with that at all, guys. I don't agree. $1 million a year, by the way. $1 million. So this guy gets $1 million from stealing content, Asmongold, and all these other nut-ass on YouTube that react and they just criticize the Avengers of YouTube. They sit around for a couple hours, $1 million in their pockets. And the worst part of it all, Asmongold, that good-for-nothing mud, that good-for-nothing rat, what does he spend his money on? Nothing. His house is literally infested with bed bugs and roaches and rats. And then for dinner, he has Fast Fixums. I didn't even know what Fast Fixums was. Apparently, it's white trash food. White trash frozen food. TV dinners. So I'm going to sit there and watch a guy who makes millions of dollars a year from stealing content in a bedbug and rat-infested house. And he's got gingivitis. Look at his disgusting gummy smile. The worst kind of a gummy, disgusting smile. You know what it's called? It's called gingivitis. Ever heard of it? Gingivitis. So you're a millionaire and you got gingivitis. What's really happening here with these people? At least the black YouTubers, we see the success on these people. They get a couple bands, they made a couple $1 million. What do? They go and buy a G-Wag. And they'll get the hottest OnlyFans models in the game right now, literally shaking ass on camera. And then they'll funnel you and the audience to their Patreon and their OnlyFans, where you can see that OnlyFans model literally show her booty, her brown booty hole on camera. And everybody has iced out rollies. Everybody's living it up. Everybody's living life. It's been my dream since I was a kid. This has been my dream, to live out how these black YouTubers are living. If I can be honest with you, I don't even want to move out the hood. I want to stay in the hood, but I want to be rich in the hood. I want to have a couple $1 million while still living in the hood and flex on everybody. And so when I watch these black YouTubers, I'm inspired. I'm motivated. I love these guys. These black YouTubers is what every person of color, every young man that's a person of color should aspire to be. Because what's life really all about? Well, I'll tell you right now. Life is about getting money. Life is about going to the dealership with cash, $150,000 cash, and buying the latest and greatest vehicle. Driving it off the lot, going back to the hood and flexing on everybody. It's about having an abundance of thoughts just laying around. It's about having a fire instinct. You know what the pinnacle of life is for a young man? That your Instagram is fire. People click on your Instagram, they're like, oh my God, look at this guy's Instagram. Oh my God. And this, you know, he's taking these professional looking photos and this, oh my God, look at this. Is that an iced out chain? Oh my God, now he's in Fiji. Oh my God, look, he's at the dealership with his G-Wag. Oh, would you look at it? He's at the strip club with bricks of cash, and he's doing the phone thing with a brick of cash by his ear. He's talking on the phone with a brick of cash. That's what it's all about. And guess what? Guess who's doing all these things? The black YouTubers. The black YouTubers that do all these crazy, all the 20 versus 1, Pop the Balloon Show, Deshae Frost, King Sid, all these people are legendary in my book. It's the reason why I tell you to go on DHK and buy a whole bunch of Hellstar t-shirts. Go on DHK, buy a fake Monclazy. Buy a fake Montclair jacket for $50, $60. Buy the Cardis for $20. Because you got to compete with these guys. These are the guys that women love and adore. You got to compete somehow. I mean, you really can't compete because you're poor. You can't buy the real deal, but we can buy the fakes from China. Chinatown. We going straight to Chinatown. Discount Chinatown. Oh, shit, we got to compete with the black car. You want to compete with a black car? You have to go to Chinatown. They try to, oh, handsome boy. Oh, you're so handsome boy. Chinatown make you handsome boy. So let's go ahead and go over what this guy's talking about. This guy, Cameron.
Black YouTube has gotten even worse. And in that video, I talked about some pretty degenerate content styles that at the time happened to be pretty popular in the black community. 20v1s, freaky dating shows, mainly just calling out the weird freaked out content. And near the end of the video, I had a segment talking about Captain Freak himself, Deshae Frost, where I stated that the man was bringing that freakiness from his YouTube channel over to Twitch. I mean, the man quite literally got head on stream, and he admitted to it, which comes up later in the video. But Deshae actually ended up reacting to this whole video on his Twitch, and what I'm about to show you is a clip of Deshae going on a rant about me after he reacted to the vid.
Always have to have these like weird twists. Like I said, there's many phenomenal black content creators out there.
This
Why does it always have to
this oh my,
like I said,
this want to be an AMP and RDC and chilling with Speed. No, you're not. You will not be an AMP. You will not be an RDC. You will never see I Show Speed, my nigga. And I don't even know who this nigga is, but you will not meet this nigga, bro. You will be in your room making these videos about every nigga who does this shit, bro. Keep glazing these niggas while I'm working with them, bitch.
Good response from Deshae Frost. Good. Hey, you're criticizing me, criticizing my content, which is entertaining and rakes in millions of dollars a year. You're sitting in your bedroom, no money, broke ass nigga. Sitting in your bedroom, and you're talking about these other black YouTubers. You know, these are the good guys. You should watch these guys, but not Deshae Frost. Meanwhile, those guys you're talking about are collaborating with me, and you're in your room being a Brian Gumble ass nigga. Remember, no hoes, no G-Wags, no money, no iced out rollies, no Cardis, no nothing. So what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? And what was his response? What is Cameron's response? Listen to this.
And since Deshae said that I'll sit in my room making these videos about everyone else, that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And happy holidays to you all.
Well, since Deshae Frost essentially said that I have no hoes, I have no iced out rolls, I get no money, I get no bitch, I'm gonna sit here in my room, my Stephen A. Smith hairline, and I'm gonna criticize and make another video about Deshae Frost who gets bitches, gets money, and has iced out rollies and has chains, and I mean, he's driven out a dream lifestyle, but I'm going to go ahead and criticize it because, again, I remember I'm a Brian Gumble-esque nigga, and I am one of the Avengers of YouTube, just like Moist Critical and just like Asmongold. So let's see what the problem is with the Deshae Frost's content. This guy has a problem. Let's see. Remember, this guy doesn't create any content. Like Asmongold, like Moist Critical, this is a leech of society. They sit around waiting for people to create content, the actual content creators. Wait around for them to create the content. Then they come around and say, guys, I don't like this one bit. This is wrong. This is very wrong and I don't like it. But let's see what the actual problem is with Deshae Frost's content.
Pretty sure we're all familiar with Deshae Frost, but for those of you who aren't, he was once an actor who acted in a show called SWAT, who then transitioned into making comedic vids on Vine and Instagram, who eventually ended up transitioning over to YouTube where he'd vlog his lifestyle with his family, and now he pretty much just streams on Twitch. But we're gonna talk about his YouTube first because this man's catalog is insane. Like, this man started off with some pretty generic vlogs on his channel with his family, but then later down the line, this man started creating freaky content with his family.
Okay, so what Brian Gumble is saying here is that Deshae Frost has been working hard his entire life, literally creating content, something this guy isn't capable of doing. Creating content for nut-ass, rat-ass, Brian Gumble-ass niggas like you to come around and start criticizing the content that you can't create. And he started making what you call generic content with his family. What's generic content? It's shit that everybody else is the same thing that you're doing. Just a generic reaction channel. Every reaction channel is, it's going to be the same reactions. You're not going to get anything different. You're not going to get anything entertaining. It's basically a money-getting glitch on this platform. You're stealing content. You make a pause in the video in between, and you start giving your opinions about it, and there's nothing entertaining. Guys, this is just weird. I don't care, but this is just very weird and strange. And it's wrong. It's very wrong. Go get some hoes for once in your life, goddamn. Go get some hoes for once. Brian Gumbel, Stephen A. Smith mix. This Shay Frost, you said, was making generic content. He was going to fall off eventually if he continued down that road. He shifted to the hoes. Why? Because we all love and adore the hoes. Everybody wants to see the hoes on camera. What don't you understand, Stephen A. Smith? Huh, Stephen A. Smith? We want to see the hoes. We only care about the hoes and money and cars and clothes. It's why we're trying to get rich here, pal. Why? Because once you become rich and you're fly, well, you have more access to the hoes. Once your Instagram becomes a fire Instagram account, where it's just you flexing on every single post, the hoes are going to start coming in. So we watch guys that are doing these things now for motivational purposes, and plus it's entertaining. Brian Gumbel, Stephen A. Smith. But of course, you're a YouTuber with 100,000 subscribers. That doesn't equate to you having any hoes. Usually when you have 100,000 subscribers, all that clout, the hoes just go crazy. They go wild. But you're such a Brian Gumbel ass nigga, Stephen A. Smith hairline having ass guy, that even though you have 100,000 subscribers, that does never equate to you having any women. It's literally unbelievable. It's actually kind of remarkable when you think about it. How does that happen? Women usually see clout, especially a lot of subscribers. They go crazy. With you, it's the opposite. How does that work? How does that work? No, how does that happen? Well, you look at you. Look at the condition of you. In your bedroom. Probably just stroke your beef for the 5th time before you made the video and after the video. Meanwhile, the Shay Frost is handing out back shots on his videos. Right after the Shay Frost records the video with these women, and the cameras are off, it's back shot central into Shay Frost's apartment. Literally yogurt coming in and out of that black shaft of the Shay Frost. We've seen black people have sex. Every time they have sex, there's literally yogurt on the guy's shaft. When black people have sex, it's a disaster. It's messy and it stinks. But it's sexy. It's what we all want. You wouldn't understand this. So let's continue to see what the problem is with the Shay Frost's content.
Like, this man has created numerous videos where the whole goal of the videos were to legit sexualize his mom for content. Let me actually read you some of these titles. My mom got her body done. I think Dub has a crush on my mom. Dub and my mom's BF got into it over her BBL. I caught Kai Cenat looking at my mama booty. My mom must be stopped. This man is quite literally horny baiting his mom. But
okay, what's the problem? The Shay Frost's mom is a hoe, so what's the problem? What's the issue? Something that we all have to accept now. We're all getting older now. We have to accept a fact of a reality of life. Most of our moms are hoes. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Most of our moms, and all of your moms, are most likely hoes throwing that ass back for black guys. It's a harsh reality we're all going to have to just accept. It's a cold, hard reality. So what's the problem with you monetizing your mom who's already a hoe? What's the problem with you monetizing it? You know what this is called? This is called a black African-American family working together as a unit, creating generational wealth, you son of a bitch! What do you want? You want the Shay Frost on the block selling crack? With a black mouth in his mouth and a do-rag and old Timbs that are all beat up because he's poor? Driving a Chevy Malibu? No! We're not gonna keep falling for this as a us black people are not gonna fall for this anymore. Yes, I'm black now. We're not gonna continue to fall for this. Our moms are already hoeing. What are we gonna do about it? Well, we're gonna monetize it. Hey, mom, you're already a hoe. I grew up hearing you having violent sex with black guys. Your new boyfriend, Jerron and Darrell. They were in and out of your life, in and out of this apartment, in and out. And I used to hear you guys having violent sex, because it's one thing when guys have violent sex, violent anals, but it's a different story when you hear your poor mom having violent sex with a guy. It changes, it rewires your brain. It rewires your way of thinking. So the Shay Frost probably grew up with this environment. And he said, when he grew up, he's a content creator. He said, well, mom, let's be real. You're a hoe. Mom, you're a hoe. And all of my friends' moms are also all hoes as well. Look, we can create generational wealth here, Mom, and we can change our family. You know, we can break generational curses here, Mom. Let's go ahead and make you the centerpiece of my content where you're literally a hoe, and I'm going to pay for your BBL. I'll pay for your BBL, but we're going to have to make content about it because it's cost 20 bands. What's the problem? No, seriously, what's the problem? And how do I know that Shay Frost's mom is a hoe? And it's literally, by the way, I'm not judging, okay? It's fine. My mom is probably a hoe as well. I don't know. We don't know what these women have been up to our entire lives. My mom probably grew up shaking ass somewhere. Throwing ass back on some random dark-skinned guy. We don't know yet. We don't know what's been happening with these women. How do I know? Well, because when women see a guy she's attracted to, she'll literally do whatever. I've been dealing with all these women. They literally do whatever it takes to stick around. Mom, you think your mom didn't do the same? Your mom's a hoe. Accept it. It's a reality of life. And if you can monetize your mom, do it. What's the problem? Break generational curses already, goddammit. The devil has been trying to destroy your family line for years, for generations now. Your entire line's been poor and broke, driving Chevy Malibus around, beat up Chevy Malibus. And you had a chance to change it. You know, you're driving foreign vehicles now, and everybody has a lot of money, and the devil is upset. The devil's mad. Look, the Shay Frost comes from a long line of hoes. His mom is a hoe. Look, even his grandmama was a hoe as well. Watch this scene.
They said, Grandma, what's your freakiest moment?
Ooh. Oh, in the backseat of a car in the garage of IKEA.
Apparently, this freakiness runs for generations. It's like this man's whole family has the freaked out gene. It didn't start with his mom, it started with his grandma. I question, why do you want to know this stuff? Why do you want to know the freakiest thing that your grandma has done? I know he said,
why? Because we deserve to know if our moms and grandmas were hoes. Why? That's why he wants to know. Why would you not want to know? Hey, let me ask you something, Brian Gubble, Cameroon. Where's your mom? Let's see your mom on camera. Because I guarantee you this, your mom was probably a hoe as well. Your mom was hoe, and your mom was probably having violent sex with black guys. But no, we can't criticize your mom because you don't want to put her on camera. And then this loser in his bedroom with that atrocious hairline goes on to criticize the Shay Frost's business model. You know, the business model that rakes him in millions of dollars a year. Listen to this.
Patreon. Yeah, I gotta talk about his Patreon. You may be wondering, why does everything this man do always root back to freakiness? Well, he does all these freaky things in his videos so that he can promote his Patreon where the real freakiness is located. The YouTube is softcore, while the Patreon is a whole different story. This is why I call him the Shay Freaky Frost, because this man is so freaky that he just couldn't help himself from making a content farm out of his YouTube channel. His game plan is to act all freaky with the girls, but don't really show anything because it's YouTube. You can't get that freaky, you know, there's kids here. Then he plugs the Patreon somewhere in the video as a call to action to check out the extended cut. And we all know what that extended cut is. It's literally just porn. The horny monster in the Shay Diddy needs to be put down. This man is just like a horny little leprechaun. Like, this man is just too freaky.
Okay, once again, what's the problem? What's the problem? The guy is everybody is horny, and most people are like you, they get no hoes. And you're here criticizing people for being horny when I can just tell you're the horniest nigga around. You're gonna tell me a guy with this, look at the hairline on this guy. This doesn't look like a horny pervert. This doesn't look like a panty stealing, finger sniffing pervert. Is that what you're telling me? Look at his face. You can tell by the phenotype of this guy. So you watch all this content on the Shay Frost. You know all of the Shay Frost's in and outs, all his whereabouts. What's been happening? You're up to date with all the lore when it comes to the Shay Frost. And he has the balls to ask this question. Listen to this.
It's too freaky. I also question, who is watching this man's content? Like, it can't be grown adults watching this. It's got to be a more young and impressionable crowd, you know?
You, nigga! It's you! You're the one watching the content! You're the one watching the content because you're horny! You want to come really hard! You want that cum to come out of them ball sack! Oh, you want it all out of you, but it's never enough! It's like you keep beating off, you keep beating and stroking your beef, and it's never enough! You watch hours of the Shay Frost content because all the girls are coming. You just fantasize about the backshots and the cream and the yogurt. And it's never enough. Your brain go, but you get no hoes. You're the guy watching all this content. The Shay Frost makes millions of dollars a year because he's a motivational character. He's an inspiration to us all. And he provides us with the hoes so we can stroke our beefs. You being one of the main people that watches the content. But no, you have to act like an Avenger off YouTube. Guys, this is all weird, man. This is weird. I don't like it one bit. This is bad. This is a bad guy we're talking about. I don't watch this stuff. I know all the information. I know everything that's going on. But I don't watch this stuff. And if you watch it, you're weird. You stroked your beef to the Shay Frost's mom. Don't lie. We all have. I have as well. Don't lie. It's the hypocrisy that bothers me about these people, these rats, these vermin. That's what bothers me the most about these people. You get no hoes. You get no money. I don't see your rollie. Your mom's probably a hoe as well. And yet you have the balls to criticize this beautiful young man who's an inspiration to us all, changing his family line, breaking generational curses. Because you just were born a Brian Gumble ass nigga. It's unacceptable and it's disrespectful. And really, I think you should be kicked off the platform of YouTube. You shouldn't have a voice on this platform. Because what you're doing is discouraging black young men in the inner city from prospering. It's what you're doing. You're destroying. So you're inadvertently destroying black families, you son of a bitch. It's what you're doing. You're a cancer to the black community is what you are. A good-for-nothing cancer. And I don't like people like you. And guess what? Today I'm placing a curse on you. I'm gonna pray to the gods, and I'm gonna place a curse on you as well. Look what happened with Joe Budden. I placed a curse on Joe Budden. Look at him now. Literally walking around sleeping naked. Sleepwalking naked all over his apartment complex. And he's been kicked out of the apartment complex because the guy has been literally walking around naked in his sleep. You know what that's called? That's called the no-face curse. Look it up. I had to delete the video. I placed a curse on Joe Budden. I placed a curse on Asmongold, and he was crushed by the Arabs. I placed a curse on Moist Critical. Look at him. Nobody gives a damn about Moist Critical. The guy went to a deep depression. Well, Sketch, I have a long trajectory. Wes Watson, I have a long trajectory of curses that are just out there destroying lives. You're next, pal. You're next. Hey, listen. Enjoy your days. The spirits are going to come knocking on your door very soon. Enjoy your days while you can, mister. The spirits are coming.